Okay, this series is getting very good. Very interesting. I mean, I already liked Food Wars because of the concept, but the plot. The plot is very, very interesting. And no, I'm not talking about the plot, which is Reina and her plot in this episode, which is very fiery and spicy, by the way. But I'm talking about the actual story plot. And my oh my, this was a very, very depressing episode. I mean, the depression kind of went away with a tone shift towards the end, thanks to Polar Star, but overall, it was a very depressing episode to give us insight to Reina's character and why she acts like she does. What led her to be like she was in her childhood. Now we understand, and it's really sad. It really is sad, because everything we've seen from her character and how she throws food away like it's disgusting and she doesn't necessarily want to eat it is because of her father. So let's get into that. Azumi, I think that's how you say his name, Azumi? You know, the man that's Reina's father. Azumi, really like his character. Yes, I know he's a jerk and all that, and I know he's the main antagonist and villain of this arc or the series. He might be the main villain of the series. Even though he is, I like his character. I like his design. I like how he acts. I just like his role and how he's changed Reina, because it shows that he is someone that is a master manipulator, and it just always gets me. Has anyone noticed that anyone with Aizen, like Aizen's voice, always gets a character that is like someone that is like a cool guy that's very, very manipulative, like he's able to manipulate people? Has anyone noticed that? Every time you hear Aizen's voice actor, you know that man is probably going to be a heinous individual, and that's exactly what we're getting. So it's pretty interesting when you think about it like that. But the dude overall fascinates me, and the reason why is because he makes me wonder why. Not the fact that he wants to be there to change food, but what is really his motive. Okay, we basically got a glimpse into it. We kind of found out that he is someone that doesn't want his daughter or people in, you know, high tier in the food world to eat animal feed. He assumes that majority of the food is for animal feed, and everybody else should eat, like, you know, certain people should only eat this really good food, what's really classified as food, which we get to see that in last week's episode. And so we know that he is someone that has a really high quality taste. Like he wants the top of the line, like the 1%. He wants the 1% to enjoy everything, and everyone else in the 99% can suffer. That's basically how he is. If you want to analyze it and summarize it, that's basically what it is. He wants the 1% to eat food, what he classifies as food, and the 99% eats animal feed. That's what he assumes. So, anyways, getting right into it, yes, we kind of got insight to that, but we don't really know why. Like, why is he like this? What made him like this? Why does he act like this? Why does he go so far to treat his daughter like that? Because he's straight up brainwashing his daughter, and I was very surprised with how that was actually mentioned in the episode. It wasn't like something that was skirted around and all that, acting like it wasn't what was going on. You got to where the actual director is like, you're brainwashing your daughter. What is wrong with you? And when that was mentioned, I'm like, okay, respect. Just 10 out of 10 respect for the writer, not, you know, kind of going around that and acting like it wasn't brainwashing. That makes me happy. But the big thing is, for him to do something like that, why? Why would he do that? I mean, you can look at it like this. Maybe he deep down does care about his daughter. Maybe he loves his daughter. Maybe. He possibly does care about his daughter. But I feel like along the line, he probably lost sight of something. He lost track of what he really wanted, and maybe the only thing he felt he could possibly do is to save his daughter. Maybe his intentions is to save his daughter to not eat bad food or something, and he wants her to eat top-of-the-line 1% food and not eat the animal feed, which is the 99% that we'll usually eat. So maybe that is what he wants. Maybe it's very twisted and messed up, but maybe he is someone that deep down loves his daughter. Even though he's doing some heinous stuff to her, he's done some awful things, he's permanently damaged her, and he's obviously aware of this. He's doing this maybe because out of love for her, but like I said, twisted love, because sometimes there's, you know, different types of love. There is different types of love, and there's dark love, twisted love, and stuff like that, and that's possibly what's going on here. So I'm very curious on what drives him. Why does he do these things? And it makes him a very fascinating character, because I'm questioning that. While I was watching this episode, why would he go so far? Why would he do these things? Does he truly care about his daughter? Does he love his daughter? Makes you wonder. So Reina, she was completely brainwashed. She was isolated. Her own father disconnected her from any person or social life. For instance, any friends that she tried to make, he would cut her off from it. And the only person that she can actually depend on would be her father, which is just really messed up when you think about it. He isolated her to the point to when she wanted human interaction, the only person that she could talk to was her father, which is just truly awful when you think about it, because human beings, we're social creatures. We do not like being alone. Say whatever you will, say you want to be a hermit, say you want to live by yourself, regardless, we are social creatures, because look what I'm doing right now. I'm doing something. I'm making a video for I could socialize with you guys on YouTube. We are social creatures. So what I'm saying is what he did to Reina was truly messed up. He isolated her to the point to where she was by herself and she wanted probably someone to interact with. And so the only thing that she could do was talk with her father, which was brainwashing her and made it a lot worse. But she wanted to be able to talk with someone. So it's messed up. Just straight up messed up. And like I said, it's fascinating. I like this type of element to a story. It's messed up. And I feel bad for her. I really feel bad for her because we get to find out a little bit more insight to Arena's, cousin, Alice. We get to find out that Alice and Arena, they used to have a very good relationship. And we can see that they kind of have a good relationship right now, but it's obvious from in the past they had a very tight bond. Like, they were like sisters, straight up, always side by side. And when she moved away to try to better her cooking, they were supposed to send letters. But apparently, Arena's father threw away the letters where she would never get to see them. And so she always thought, probably, oh, I guess, Alice doesn't want to send me anything. So that's truly emotional as well. So like I said, just isolation and loneliness, it's something that's can really have a big effect on the, the human mind. And Arena has a lot of permanent damage. And I do like the fact that Soma is going to be that pillar of light for her to try to drag her out of this darkness away from her father. That makes me excited because we do know that Arena, she has this deep connection with Soma's father. Like, she really wants to cook for him and all that. And so you can assume that maybe, just maybe, because of how this arc is going, there is a likely possibility that she might find out about Soma, which I'm really hyped up for. Because it's something I've been kind of curious about for a while now, when she does finally find out who Soma's father is, how popular he is or whatever. I'm very curious on how she'll act towards him. So, yeah, overall, the latest episode of Shokugeki no Soma was dark, depressing, but had a very uplifting tone towards the end because Arena is going to be staying at Polar Star. Now, I don't know how well this is going to go. I don't know how long that's going to be able to be done, but I do sense eventually what's going to happen is that Soma is probably going to be challenging all the main seats, the Elite 10, to steal their spots, and then overthrow the new director. That's what I'm assuming is going to happen if I had to judge the plot and what's currently being set up right now. Unless he challenges the director into a Shokugeki. Now, that would be very fascinating. Oh yeah, and one last thing before I end this video, I want to mention the fact that I really like how Arena's, grandfather, the original director, how he just asked Soma, he's like, please, please, save Arena, make sure she's comes out of this darkness and all that, save her from her father. That was a truly emotional moment, and I really like the man. I've always thought he was a cool dude, but seeing the man, being all buff and stuff and training, I was just like, this dude is just really cool. He reminds me of, a JoJo character. I mean, if any of you ever watched JoJo, I mean, you should know about JoJo, but if you've ever seen JoJo, then you obviously could say that this dude right here, his body would fit in JoJo. Like, his body is straight up JoJo material, and I just couldn't help but laughing when I think about that. So anyways, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you hate this episode? How do you feel about the latest events? Please be honest. I love you guys. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe, and if you like this video, please leave a like. I love you guys. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.